biasa. Inilah dia waktunya Jabret. Oke Jebret Team, dimanapun kalian semua berada, senang sekali kita kembali akan ngobrol-ngobrol dalam Jebret Talks. Dan kali ini spesial karena kita akan berbicara dengan dua pelatih tim muda dari Tranmere Rovers yang sekarang sudah kembali ke Tranmere. Dan 1 minggu yang lalu mereka ada di Surabaya, 2 minggu yang lalu mereka ada di Bandung dan Jakarta untuk melihat turnamen yang kita buat. Ini adalah turnamen yang kedua, Tranmere Rovers Goes to Bandung yang tahun ini, dimana sebelum Covid kita juga bikin yang pertama itu di Jakarta. 2 pemenangnya sudah kita berangkatin untuk ikutin latihan selama 2 minggu di Tranmere, walaupun memang telat 2 tahun karena ada Covid. Dan hari ini kita juga akan mengumumkan pemenangnya. Kita sudah tahu dan sudah mulai ditayangkan di Jebret Media dan kalian sudah bisa menyaksikan. Tapi siapakah yang akan menjadi 2 peserta yang dipilih oleh Tranmere untuk bisa nanti mengikuti latihan di bulan akhir-akhir tahun ya, mudah-mudahan kita akan umumkan dalam Jebret Talks kali ini. Kita sudah kehadiran 2 pelatih tim muda yang kemarin juga datang ke sini. Jadi kita berikan dulu tepukan tangan untuk Matt dan juga Daniel. Tepuk tangan dulu semuanya guys. Yes. Hi Matt and Dan, how are you guys?
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Really good, thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
So
Back here in sunny England.
So is it Matt Hunter and Daniel O'Donnell?
Yeah, that's correct.
Is that correct? Okay. First question is, where are you guys? Is that your training ground in?
So we're back here in the northwest of England at the Tranmere Rovers first team training ground. You might be able to see behind the pitches are getting redone because it's the off season now. So the pitch is getting redone for the next season, so that when the players come in for pre-season, then the pitches are in perfect condition. So that's why it looks a little bit like a beach, but it will look a lot in about a month and a half's time.
Oh, so is that every end of the season the pitch is renovated like that?
Yeah, we have to take it all up because we don't have great weather over here. Not like you guys. We don't get enough sunshine and we get a lot of rain. So a little bit to give the groundsmen a rest, but also to view the pitch and get some fresh grass going. So the surface is really nice for the start of next season.
So this is really good acknowledgement as well for us in here. Let me explain it first to our viewers. Jadi lihat ya kalian ya, training groundnya aja setiap abis season itu langsung mereka benerin. Dan nanti pada saat pre-season mereka sudah bisa langsung pakai dalam kondisi yang sempurna. Jadi benar-benar ini mereka bermain di League 2 ya, atau Divisi 4 di Liga Inggris, tapi segitu profesionalnya. So besides the training ground, what else that Tranmere Rovers has its own? I mean, the training ground is different with the stadium, right?
Yeah, the training ground's different. We're lucky we've got a really good training ground. We've got 4 top high quality grass pitches. We've got an artificial pitch as well, a 3G pitch. We've got a fully functional gym, analysis rooms, hydrotherapy, classrooms, all this sort of stuff here. So we're very lucky. And then we also have our stadium, Prenton Park, which holds 16,500. The pitch on there is one of the best that you'll find in the country, because the people that did the pitch and they're also doing the training ground here. They also did the pitch for Manchester City, Manchester United and Wembley Stadium. So the chairman only asks for the best, so that's what we get. So yeah, it's been great. And obviously the pitch at Prenton Park was helped funded by the Santini Group. So we're forever grateful for that.
Is that every clubs in League 2 in the UK has to have the same facilities like Tranmere or not?
I think we're very fortunate here at Tranmere that we've got one of the best facilities in the country, certainly in League One and League Two area. So yeah, we're very fortunate, but at the same time, we have to maximise the facilities that we have. So we try to use the sports science, the planning, the curriculum, and we get the coaches to deliver and develop our players so that it's not just the facilities, it's about them learning and developing when they spend some time with us.
Wow, jadi emang keren banget ya. Kalian juga nanti bisa lihat sempat I've been also go to the training ground, the campus, right? Is it the campus?
Right.
Itu kita udah pernah ke sana. Kalian bisa lihat-lihat juga di situ betapa mantapnya fasilitasnya. Tapi itu semua seperti yang dikatakan mereka, semua itu untuk membuat pemain-pemain tampil maksimal. Jadi juga kita doakan juga supaya Tranmere Rovers juga bisa berprestasi maksimal, karena kita tahu ya tim yang juga dimiliki oleh perwakilan atau dimiliki oleh pengusaha Indonesia juga sekarang sudah ada yang main di lagi naik kasta ya. Jadi ini mudah-mudahan juga bisa menjadi era baru juga bagi tim-tim yang juga dimiliki oleh pengusaha-pengusaha Indonesia. Alright, so how about the weather now compare with Surabaya and also Bandung, Dan and Matt?
Oh,
Much easier to coach in this weather for us than in Surabaya and Bandung. It's very, very close and very hot.
But it hasn't stopped raining since the moment we landed back in the UK. It has not stopped raining at all.
Really?
Yeah, this is meant to be the summer, and it has not stopped. This is the best it's been since we've been back.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's answered your prayer, right? After going back from Indonesia, you need like the weather that fit with your guys. But besides the weather, what do you think about this second? Yeah, like I said, maybe this is like one-day tournament that being held by Santini Group. Tranmere Rovers goes to Bandung. You also both came here like 3 or 4 years ago. Is it any different, or maybe you can have a conclusion about the tournament?
Yeah, it's a great question. It was a great experience for us to come and view the players. I must say that the organisation of the tournament was absolutely fantastic. So well done to Santini Group for organising everything. The first tournament that we saw was in Jakarta in 2020. And we were really impressed with the players and the talent. The players were a little bit younger, perhaps. And then the more recent tournament in Bandung was really interesting because there were lots of different teams from different areas competing, and it was good to see different styles and different tactics and different types of players. So it was really interesting for us, but it is, again, just builds on the experience that we had from Jakarta and then comparing that with what we saw in Bandung.
Ya, sebelumnya itu ada yang lebih muda ya. Sekarang yang kita bikin memang 1 hari dan under 17. Jadi memang usianya lebih dewasa ya, belum juga ya, tapi lebih tua lah dibandingin yang sebelumnya, dan itu knockout stage semua. Jadi nanti kalian bisa juga langsung lihat, ada di videonya di Jebret Media. So yeah, why we also organize like different cities, also different rules, something like that. We want also to reach out more football school that have. So in the Bandung, we also have football school from Jakarta as well, but we can reach more football school in Bandung. And it looks like for the first game, lots of penalties. You know, it looks like the team is really tight, yeah, between one and the other club. And I asked to the organizer. They said that they all are the clubs that having same capacities. You know, maybe that's why they also difficulties to score in the first match, something like that. But what do you think about all of the football school that join in the Tranmere Rovers goes to Bandung, Matt and Dan?
Yeah, I thought we thought that the technical ability of the players was really impressive, and I think then that showed with the level of combatness that the two teams had when they played each other, or every team when they played each other. The technical skills involved were really high. The physical, it's really tough, especially in that heat, to perform at such a high level on for such a long time. So that was very impressive. And then there was a really good physical battle without it going over the top. There was still that respect between the teams. That was good to see. And it never seemed to get out of hand. So that was really good. And before the tournament, all the teams coming together. At the end of the tournament, the teams coming together. So it was just a really good occasion. And like Dan said, this is the second tournament that we've seen. I know that there are plans to do a few more tournaments in other areas in the country, and I know that I'm sure it will be exactly the same there, because the passion for football is it's like it is in England. It's like your religion, and it was really good to see and watch.
Yeah, from my opinion, I'm not a coach, and also I'm not a professional footballer, of course, but I can make difference, yeah, in exhibition match. My question is, I see a different types of play. Like they are playing to in a rush, you know. They don't like have a composure and wants to build with the slower pace, something like that. Is it, you know, can you give advice as well for the conclusion of the tournament and also of the football school, how they can improve in the future?
That's a really good question. We encourage our players to play forward and to take risks all the time, because we feel that if players lose possession by trying to be positive, then they will learn from losing the ball, and they will, if they keep practicing, eventually they'll be able to risk the ball at the right times. And if you look at the Premier League now, for example, the most attacking teams, the best teams, they play forward often, they lose the ball often, but they take calculated risks. Like, for example, Ange Postecoglou at Tottenham, always encouraging the players to play forward. So we think that if you play forward from the defensive positions, then you enter the penalty area more often. And if you enter the penalty area more often, the players are, because they're more used to being in that situation, they are more composed naturally. So what we witnessed, like Matt said, was really high level, was good quality, but we didn't see too much inside the penalty area. And when you think of the game as a whole, the penalty area is the most important area of the pitch.
So is there any relationship what they have in the early age when they started to play football in their football school until like last 2 weeks is they are under 17? I mean, is that really important to make foundations to the players? Like 8 to 10 years is like this, 10 to 12 years they have to whatever, something like that.
Yeah, I think as long as in the early ages that the players are enjoying playing football, then that's the most important thing, because it means that they're going to come back the next day to play again. They're going to come back the day after to play again. Having a consistency and playing in a stable sort of setup, then that allows you to build the relationships, and you get to start to build the off the field relationships that then become important when you're on the pitch as well. So you look at the teams in the Premier League and in the divisions that Tranmere play in and above, the teams that are most together and have the togetherness, they're the teams that tend to stick with each other in the tough times, and then they tend to move on and progress together as well. So yeah, it's really important to create that team cohesion, because the more you know your players and the more that you know the strengths of your fellow teammates as well as the weaknesses, then the more you're going to be able to get out of each other, and the more you're going to be able to create a way of playing and a style of playing that is suitable to all the players within your team.
This is out of context. You can answer these questions or you cannot answer these questions because maybe it's having relationship with you guys in the UK. My son now is a train in Manchester City Football School in Indonesia. He's under 10, and I saw like 2 times when they play with the other football school for under 10. The other team is like having like serious coach and do whatever like tactical something like that. And I also the one who criticized the coach that I'm saying that, hey, well, why you guys is so different. I mean, my son is just like not to having like the tactical and something like that. And he just said, the coach just said, yeah, we have different curriculum because we want in this early age they have to enjoy first, they have to love the football first. But I mean the question is it just the same paradigm, or maybe that's the real thing, that yeah, the first thing is you have to love football first rather than you have to think about be the champion, be the winner at the early age.
Yeah, I think you make a really good point, Val, is that as you grow and as you develop, your mind goes through different development stages. So, but you always come back to the first like feeling and experience that you had from the game. So if at like 7, 8 and 9 that you really love football, later on after all the physical developments and psychological developments happens, at the age of 15, 16, 17, when it's been proven that you need to commit to the game and you need to invest lots of time and energy into training, that if you had a good experience at the younger age groups and you love the game, then you're more likely to invest the time that's going to be needed in order for you to develop the skills to become a more talented player or a professional player, if that's exactly what you want to do. And on the flip side, if the game for you just becomes about winning and losing, then you will go through periods where you win lots. Okay, great, the game is fantastic, I love football. But you'll also, if you're going to be a good player, you're going to have to lose lots as well, because you need to understand how to win, how to lose like a professional. So if you go through a period where you're losing a lot, if you love the game and you're invested in it, then you will come through the defeats and you will maintain the love and the investment for the game. But if it's always just about winning and losing, if you lose a few games, then you don't love football anymore. And we see it here in the UK as well. The number one thing of players like leaving the game, even talented players leaving the games because they don't enjoy it anymore.
Yeah. So the first one is gonna be like the passion, and then we can go to the physical and also psychological. Yeah, that's really a good answer. But yeah, speaking about Manchester City, before we announce who gonna be the lucky 2 for the winner having a training at Tranmere Rovers, what do you think about the Manchester City 4th in a row? I know you have different favorite club as well, so maybe before your answer is absolutely the same thoughts, but I think maybe this one is different. Finally, for the 2nd year in a row, Arsenal cannot beat Manchester City in the last games. You know, what do you think about Manchester City, that still winner of the Premier League?
I think it's not hard to win the league when you spend the most money and have the best players and have the best manager and the best facilities and stuff like this. But credit where it's due in one regard is that they have got a winner's mentality. And Arsenal only really lost 1 game against Aston Villa coming into the closing parts of the season. But apart from that, they were flawless. So Man City had to win every single game of football that they played. and that's what winners do when it comes down to it, and you've got that experience and that history of having done it before. This is the fourth in a row, I think. Then it just becomes a winner's mentality that is embedded within your team. Whereas with Arsenal, that loss to Aston Villa, that's lost them the title in the end of the day in the running. And that's the psychological pressures that being in a big title race like that's the psychological pressures that you get put under. But Man City, I mean, look, they're an amazing team to watch, but like we say, yeah.
And yeah, how about Pochettino? Why he left from Chelsea? No, you don't have to answer it. No. Then Liverpool. I read that the share on TV in UK, because they have same time when Guardiola gets the trophy and Jurgen Klopp giving the farewell speech. It's more people in UK watching the farewell speech of Jurgen Klopp. What do you think about this coach, this guy, this manager?
Yeah, that comes as no surprise to me, because Liverpool and Manchester United are the two biggest clubs, and Manchester City aren't. So there's more interest in whatever happens at Liverpool and Manchester United. That's just normal. But in terms of, it's no surprise, because Klopp's been such a revolutionary manager for Liverpool. He's taken them from like mid-table obscurity really to fighting for the top honours season in, season out. So yeah, and not only that, like, it's not just that they compete and they're winners, but they're really entertaining as well. So I think the fans and everybody just wanted to see the last little bit of entertainment, because we don't know what the future holds with Arne Slot, when we just wanted to give our appreciation to Klopp for everything that him and his team have done.
Yes. Bye Jurgen Klopp. And how about Tranmere Rovers? I heard also from Wandi that we gonna organize some like summer camp as well. Did you both already hear about that? I mean, besides we gonna bring the two winner that we will announce in these episodes, we also wants to organize some like maybe summer camp or whatever we will call it. But we gonna open the registrations for people in Indonesia that wants to have experience to get trained by both of you and also the other coaches in Tranmere Rovers. Is that correct? The event.
Yeah, we've been speaking to Wandy and the Santini group about organising something like that. I think it's just a natural program for us to run here at Tranmere because of our relationship with Indonesia, which has been going on for the past 7 years with great success. So yeah, it's great to be able to offer the opportunity for more players in Indonesia to come to visit the UK, to come and experience what it's like playing here at Tranmere and training at Tranmere. We had back in 2018, we had a team from Surabaya who came over, and it was a real success. And those players are now, some majority of them are playing in clubs back home in Indonesia, and I'm sure that their experience here in the UK was a real big eye opener, and they learned a lot from that. So to be able to offer that opportunity to more players in Indonesia, because it's, whilst we enjoy coming over and whilst we enjoy coaching the players and coaching and working with the coaches in Indonesia, and we'll continue to do that, it's not the same as actually being here in the UK and really feeling what it's like to be here at the training ground and immerse yourself in that professional environment, to understand what it takes to become a professional football player, especially here in the UK. So yeah, we're really excited to get that up and running, and excited to welcome the two players that we've selected from the tournament as well. They'll come and train with us, be part of our under 16, under 18 setup for a couple of weeks. And again, that'll be a really good opportunity for them too.
Yes, we will announce. Kita akan umumkan segera tentang kesempatan untuk bisa juga ikutan nanti bareng sama 2 pemain yang juga akan diberangkatin, atau mungkin nanti di batch yang berbeda, tapi kita akan kasih kesempatan buat semua Jebret Team atau keluarganya atau mungkin ada teman-temannya atau anak teman-temannya yang bisa nyobain. Yang tadi dibilang ya, ini luar biasa sekali, stadionnya sendiri, training groundnya sendiri, sport science-nya beda lagi, tempat gizi-gizinya, tempat gymnya, pokoknya semua kalian bisa merasakan hal yang berbeda. So, I think this is the time that we will announce who is selected to be the 2 lucky player that will having experience to get like 2 weeks training in Tranmere Rovers. Do you both already have pick up the number or maybe the name of the player?
Yeah,
and from what football school, of course?
Yeah, we did. But before we announce them, I just want to say that it was a tough decision because there were a number of players that performed really well on the day, scored some good goals and competed really well. So we selected these 2 guys because they had maybe something a little bit extra. Maybe we think that they will acclimatise to the UK better, possibly, but also just to recognise that it could have easily been a number of other players. We could have selected 11 players and brought a whole team over. There were that many good players that we saw.
Okay, so it's a tough decision, but you have to choose because we only have 2 limited seats for the players that get selected. So please.
So the first player was from Dewa United.
Dewa United. The striker?
The number 9, Nafolio Ardanan. We thought he was excellent. His movement off the ball was exceptional. His technical capabilities on the ball, his awareness, his link up with the teammates was brilliant. So and physically he was a really good size. So we think that he'll be a really good fit when he comes over, and we're really looking forward to seeing him.
Congratulations for the number 9 of nomor 9 dari Dewa United yang tadi namanya disebut siapa? Novalio. Selamat, karena alasan-alasan yang tadi disebut itu membuat lo bisa lolos untuk ke Tranmere Rovers. Now we wanna hear the other one. Who is the other one?
Okay, so this player stood out as a leader. And again had good physical traits and competed really well in the game, as well as had that little bit of technical ability to make the difference in a game. And this player played for Be Bold.
Be Bold!
So the player we have selected is the captain of Be Bold, number 7, Fato.
Congratulations, selamat untuk kaptennya Be Bold yang juga tampil di final. Ini juga kayaknya pemain depan ya, namanya Fatur. Selamat. Is that both of them is a striker, forward?
Yeah, two forward players. So even when we're working in the team environment here in the UK and we're training together, we can also do some stuff with them around their individual training as well, and they can learn and bounce off each other. So it works as a really nice balance. And last time I think we had from Jakarta we had a centre half and a central midfielder. So it's good to work with these 2 as well, who are different positions.
What is the most favorite position in UK for the player who wants to play? Is that any survey about that?
Yeah, everybody wants to be a striker.
Everyone wants to score goals like we all did in the exhibition match, Val.
Okay, so congratulations. Jadi selamat untuk pemain Dewa United nomor 9 siapa? Novalio, dan juga selamat untuk pemain Be Bold nomor 7 Fatur, karena kalian akan segera dihubungi untuk bisa berangkat ke Tranmere Rovers. Persiapkan dari sekarang. So what they need to prepare from now so they can fit in, so they can on a peak performance when they have the opportunity to get training in Tranmere Rovers, Dan and Matt?
Just to keep playing with the teams that they're playing in, to continue to try and improve every day with the technical capabilities, but also the physical capabilities, which made them stand out in the tournament that we watched. To stay nice and healthy, to eat the right things. The nutrition is so important to make sure that they're sleeping well. To look forward to the coming months when we hope to get them over, because it's going to be a bit of a culture shock for them, coming over to the UK probably for the first time. But as long as they're fully focused on the task ahead and wanting to learn and develop, when they're here at Tranmere, then we will do everything that we can to help them in those 2 weeks that they're over here in the UK. So yeah, just to continue what they're doing and to get excited, because it's a great opportunity.
Okay, from you maybe, Dan, there's also you wanna.
Yeah, of course. So my advice would be that we've seen them because they've got something and they've done something good. So maybe you don't need to change too much or try to do too much to impress. Just be yourself. Bring your passion and your culture and your heritage, and that will be enough to impress us. And then when you're here, you're working with us, but we're also working with you. So if you need something, if there's something in particular that you want to work on, then we can put the program in place to help you develop individually. And the last thing I'd say is that it's not about the 2 weeks that you spend with us. Hopefully it's the 2 weeks can open the mind and open the techniques up to longer term development.
All right, so don't need to be the others. You have to just be yourself. Don't trying to too hard to get impressed. And please don't bring instant noodle, don't bring sambal, don't bring rice, don't bring everything besides cold clothes, ya.
Not cold clothes, yeah.
Oke, sekali lagi selamat ya buat pemenang yang akan berangkat ke Tranmere Rovers. Mudah-mudahan ini menjadi momen yang seperti dikatakan Dan dan juga Matt, bukan tentang 2 minggu yang didapatkan, tapi tentang 2 minggu apa yang bisa lu pergunakan sebaik-baiknya selama berada di sana. Dan ini juga merupakan satu kebanggaan ya. Congratulations as well for the coaches dari Dewa United, dari Be Bold, dan juga dari semua klub-klub yang kemarin udah ikutan. Makasih banget. Nanti kita akan umumin lagi untuk Tranmere Rovers goes to other cities maybe next year, yang kita akan bikin lagi untuk ketiga kalinya. Sekali lagi terima kasih semuanya, dan ini sekali lagi merupakan sebuah komitmen dari Santini Group dan juga dari Jebret Media untuk bisa memberikan kesempatan buat pemain-pemain muda dari Indonesia untuk merasakan latihan di Tranmere Rovers. Matt and Dan, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Val.
Thank you,
yes.
Always.
And thank you so much for your diligent intellectual answer. That really nice. That so we now open-minded about the earlier footballers. And also maybe we gonna invite you as well. Maybe in the next session about the results. Maybe you can help us as well as a foreign pandit in Jebret Media if you have time. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, definitely. Whenever, whatever you want from us, Val, you know that we'll always help out. We'll always take.
Because we need to hear the analysis of both of you. Sometimes you have different opinion, but that makes me interesting because you have point of view and you have point of view, and that's really good for Indonesian people to know about the results of the game. It's not just like the results, but also the tactical and something like that. And because I also have a proposal in our next season program. It's also to maybe we can also discuss about Tranmere Rovers match analysis game, so we can also update what happened in Tranmere Rovers, not just the results but also the tactical and also the match analysis, if that approved by our boss, of course. Yeah. Okay, Matt and Dan, thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
See you later, everyone.
See you later. And I'm waiting for the jackets and also the shirts. Thank you so much. Cheers, mate.
We'll get some. See you later, guys.
Matt, thank you. Dan, thank you so much.
Bye, mate.
Baik pemirsa, inilah dia waktunya.